Greetings and welcome to the Talk to Me America show, where the world wants to know what you have to say, so call me and tell them like it is. I'm LDGddss, your hostess. Welcome to the show, Talk to Me America show. Call me in a little bit. I'll be putting the phone lines online here in just a minute. Make sure you share everything. Share, so that everybody can get their Second Amendment. No, excuse me, their First Amendment rights out there. Of course, I'll explain this in a minute. Most of you know probably what this is already, but I'll explain how I came about it. Welcome to the show, and thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. I hope everybody had a good week. This past week, it's been eventful. And it's been crazy, and there's so much going on this past week. It's amazing. Bruin Backhand, welcome to the show over here on YouTube. Please make sure to share. I didn't even get it. I was so busy today trying to get all of this stuff together and get all this stuff together in my head. And then make this. These are hard to find. And I don't do Amazon overnight like some people do, so. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hiya, Hallie. Welcome everyone to the show. Looks a little funny, but hey, what can I tell you? I'm not a machine. All right, I'll do my plugs real quick since we have so much to talk about. It looks to me like everyone can hear me pretty well. Wherever you might be, I am live on Odysee settings. Looks like Odyssee's having quite a time here. Maybe that's the reason why I don't see anybody there. What's going on, Odysee? Alright, I'll do my plugs anyway, because usually, even if it is buffering on my side, it's usually recording. Of course, last week it recorded me sounding like some kind of a troll monster or something. I sounded like Lurch. I have a low voice to begin with, but then if you slow it down, I sound like one of those oddball bassy movie star types. Yeah, no. Let's see. Limited Access says, we'll try to pull an America Float crowd as his show closes. Okay. Everybody's over there watching the beard. What's up, Drunken Rocky? All right. Yeah, I was going to say, tell him to call my show. He's more than welcome on the show. We always need stuff to talk about on the show. All right, while everybody's milling in, usually Pastor Shadley's here too. Is everything going okay with him? Oh, Rocky, yep. All right, plugs while everybody's milling in and getting their seats for this comedy brigade. Although a lot of it's just. Some of it's just so infuriating because it's so obvious what a lot of this stuff is happening and they're doing, and so yeah. So 451 Actual, of course, his Big Dick Energy Brigade show on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Odysee. Pastor Chatelet, he's usually here moderating the chat. He should be here any minute. Usually he also simulcasts the show over at the pond. There he is. Hello, Pastor Chatelet. Oi, oi. Thank you for the, what do they call that stuff again? Yeah, all these damn coin type things you got to remember. Library coin. Yes, thank you for the library coin. Of course, Pastor Satellite, Red Dawn Radio, and of course, hello to the pond. Sorry I'm late, got called into work. Yeah, been there. Well, kinda. Not for a long time, but yeah, I've been there. Most of the time I tell them no, but it depended on what job I was doing too. When I was in charge, I couldn't say no for some dumb reason. I don't know why. Let's say Red Dawn Radio, DJ Brandrek. From what I've been told, he's over there on pill.net, so make sure you go see him over there. I haven't had a chance to go over there and see him, although I did receive some gifts that is actually going to upgrade, hopefully. I haven't done it yet. I didn't want to do it before the show because I didn't want to not be able to do the show. But But I got some upgrades to the computer that I might actually perhaps be able to add pilled without saving up much more money from you guys. Of course, that doesn't mean don't donate. Still gotta pay for the other stuff. In fact, I would like to get a blue check mark on Twitter now. That's my next goal. Be able to afford that so that I can try to start either streaming there or getting involved with the rooms or whatever it is that 451 Actual has been saying that we need to go over there and do. And I like some of the improvements that I'm seeing over there on Twitter. In fact, I might even be able to use Twitter to take phone calls. Okay, now mine's oh, no wonder. How did that happen? My Odysee is acting funky tonight. Okay. Yes, please hit the fire button, but more importantly, share. Get people to call in and spread their First Amendment rights. Don't give them up voluntarily. Badass Brad Allen is here. There you are. Welcome to the show. Let's see, the Drunken Rocky, which is going to be, his show is with the White Pill Experience right after mine. They'll make you laugh, they'll make you cry, they'll make you piss your pants. Raynath, he just finished his roundtable news. DJ Based, Kevin's Chaotic Coffee. America Floats, Tom, which you guys just finished watching. Hello, Zom. Welcome to the show. Rock Candy and Salty Matt Jameson. Welcome to the show over here on Odysee. Magical Trevor, Reverend Rant, some guy from Maine. And this is tough. This one's tough. To our dearly departed Axe Truth, farewell, Auf Wiedersehen, Godspeed. We know that you are in the loving arms of our Father and Savior. Put in some good words for us. And I hope that he makes you one of our guardian angels for when we have to fight this holy war that's getting ready to rage upon us. I told you this was going to be hard. He was a sweet guy. I liked him a lot. Hello, Cy, over there on Rumble. So, we hardly knew you, but Christ knew you. And that's all that matters. In case you're wondering who I'm talking about, this is Axe Truth. We hardly knew you, but Christ knew you, and that's all that really mattered. Rest in peace, you truth and freedom of speech warrior. I will try to get through the show tonight with my nose tribute to you. I really did appreciate it. I didn't get a chance to see your show a lot, but loved your sense of humor. You were a very bright star in our network. Terrible. Look at me. I'm terrible. Terrible with this stuff. Let's see. I actually couldn't find one of these at the store, so I literally had to go and try and find some freaking cardboard and do a replica as best as I could with origami and whatnot. So I did the best I could. Let's see. Brad Allen Music says, how did you serve humanity while you were on Earth? I streamed and shit posted. Yes, like I say, he was a bright star and an up and coming star in our network. Very well loved and a brother in Christ as well. So like I say, I did the best I could with the nose. I had a little bit of fur, and this was the closest hat. I'm not a hat person, so closest hat. So hats off to you, and a big 07 to you, Axe Truth. We'll see you on the other side. All right, and then of course, don't forget Rougarou, Not Me Be, and Oomtown for the Pure Blood TV guide. Let's see. Yeah, okay. There's the schedule, the on-air schedule. That's who's playing at this very moment. Who's missing again? Somebody was missing. I don't know. Maybe it's just my imagination. Just my imagination running away with me. And then, of course, the news. Oh, let me go to the TV, the actual TV guide itself. Show you all of this stuff. Thursday nights with the Doctor and his wife, hard rock metal show with Mike Maven and 451 Actual in about an hour or so. And some guy from Maine is also playing. Supposedly his music goes along real well with my rants, so enjoy. It's a good thing we can do more than one tab these days, right? Technology, eh? All right. Of course, you guys know how to support the channel, and I can see that some of you have already sent a few little trinkets to me there. Yes, that's right, Brad Allen, Axe Truth. Always and forever. We'll always remember you, dude. Cracks meme. What's Cracks meme? Oh, okay. Yeah. I've been crying so much, it's comforting to know others. Well, yes, Atomic Blonde, welcome to the show. I don't think you've ever been to my show. If you have, welcome once again. Demon Goddess, thank you very much for being here. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. I'm going to go through everybody and everything like that. Mr. Tizo, thank you so much for your donation. You get one of these. Appreciate that. Every little bit goes right back into what I'm doing here. This particular venue that I'm doing is actually sponsored by all y'all out there. That's why I say share, because I'm actually trying to provide a service for you as well. The number is below me there, and I'll open the phone lines here in just a minute. It looks like everybody can see me and hear me well enough to where I'm comfortable, and yeah, you can share it and call me, and of course, and I hope you don't mind my tribute. I really didn't know what else to do. In fact, to be honest, this was badass Brad Allen's idea. And if you guys do another show or do something where we're tributing him or something like that, or doing a jitsi, let me know and I'll wear this again with you guys. We'll all tribute him, because I always adored the nose. That was that was great. Thank you, Darwin Awards, for the donation. You get one of these. He says, "Ree." Yes, re. And of course, there's been plenty of re this week, too. Let's see. Only tonight with Odysee. Crazy. Laura 07 sister. Love your glasses. Thank you. I literally made them myself. These are some of my blue blockers, and I took... Don't tell him this, but I actually have been saving clippings off of Vincenzo's mustache for the last couple of days so that I could make the eyebrows. Wink, wink. Don't tell Vincenzo. He make me pay. Excuse me. Yeah, actually, this is literally just a piece of cardboard that I folded and shaped with a ball tool, paper tool, or whatever they call that. Let's see. And I'll see you on the other side. Salty Matt Jameson, yes. Okay, I'm going through all of the everything on Atomic Blonde. Let's see. On the chat here. Rock Candy. I'm a little slow. What can I tell you? 451 Actual. Thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate that. Ree, he says. Big fat Ree, everybody. And of course, let's see. The ways you can... that's what I was starting until I started looking at everybody. Everybody's here. The gang's all here. I appreciate everybody being here. And like I say, that's one way to... That's the super chats on Odysee and on Rumble are one way to support the channel. Also got the membership that you can do on Odysee, which is just a good... just a way to tip me. I don't really have any exclusive material yet. Of course, if I start getting paid enough and everything like that, and I can keep these bills up, I'll sit here and do videos for you all day long. Darwin Awards, thank you so much for the donation. The other donation, thank you. You get one of these. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Limited access, welcome. Did I make you laugh there, Rocky? Rocky, actually, I love Rocky's laugh, so it's my goal to make him laugh whenever I encounter him. He's got a great laugh. In fact, his laugh is very similar to Versatile, if nothing else. I'm a little slower at most. You can call me a boomer if you want to. It's just I take my time with this stuff just because I hate... The technology is hard enough as it is already, so I hate to have to screw with a whole bunch of shit just because I had to change one thing for something. It's really a pain in the ass sometimes. So I'm a lazy technician, if you will. Darwin Awards, thank you so very much. That's funny you should mention that about Trump. She's undoable. Thank you. You get one of these, dude. To be honest with you, that was actually one of the things I thought about, was the fact that if they thought that if they could put somebody in front of him that was as pretty as that they could get, that he would start just drooling all over her and acting like he was some kind of frat boy, you know, with his, wagging his midsection at her and just go turning into some fucking gorilla or something like that. I just don't get it. Actually, I do. Shake it like a lefty. Russian bot, welcome to the show. Welcome. Lulu in love, thank you for being here. You're another new face in the crowd here. Pastor Chatelet. Oh yeah, Feinstein. Another one that should be, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. She's older than Methuselah. Russian bot. Oh, that's a cute little ducky. Okay. All right. And of course, I'm still waiting on your clips. If you got commercials or whatever like that, I'll add you to the show and everything like that. That's a one way of supporting you, supporting each other. I love that. In fact, the stingers. In fact, I really enjoy 451 Actual's show. I listened for the stingers. I enjoy the little stingers that everybody put on there. And I wonder, are you going to have more? Are you going to ask for more, or do people still send you those stingers? I'd love to have some stingers too. Maybe even just to put in, oh yeah, so I can advertise on I want to say Yahoo, but that's not right either. Twitter. Because I'm a blonde, yeah. All right. Oh, it looks like the chat was disconnected over there at YouTube, but now it's back. I wonder why they disconnected it. Nobody's talking. Maybe that's why. I don't know. All right, I'm going to open the phone lines. Now, one of the things, come on. My cat has decided it's emergency. I'm opening the phone lines now. One of the things I wanted to actually talk about, I didn't know if anybody knew this or not. One of the things you see, I don't know if you can see it here on the, come on. Kitty, you're all wet. He must have went in the bathtub. Okay, kitty. All right, situated. He's in my lap. He has to, whenever he sees my lap, he's got to be in it. Okay. One of the things I saw here on the Pure Blood TV was the Support Daniel Perry Legal Defense Fund. And one of the things that came across my feed, which actually looks like they just reported that today, and I don't know how many of you know about it yet, but they sentenced him. They sentenced this soldier to 25 years in prison for the BLM protester killing. For defending himself against a weapon of war. Okay, wasn't the whole point that he had a AK pointed at him? Correct me if I'm wrong there. Skeletor, welcome to the show. Anyway, he's getting a sentence of 25 years in prison for defending himself against a weapon of war by their definition, if I'm not mistaken. That they've been screaming about forever, and that has actually supposedly been banned since the 80s, right? The AKs, right? Because BLM is so revered that they just can do anything that they want to do and get away with it now. I bet if it had been the other way around, we wouldn't even know this poor sergeant's name. Or, you know the drill, we'd be hearing things like, oh, he deserved it. He shouldn't have been there. Oh, he was doing something he shouldn't have been doing. So, yeah. Alright. So, yeah. And of course, like I say, they would have been justified. Well, he did this or he did this was just different. So we have to take your guns. We have to do this. Don't you start this, kitty. Did you guys see that? Kitty grabbed my arm. You know, it would have been a whole bunch of bullshit justifying it. Oh, but these people are oppressed and all this. And it's like, wait. If they're so oppressed, how in the hell was that person able to get that weapon in the first place? And not only that, walk around with it and point it at people. All right, yeah, you're so depressed. And how were you literally able to obtain a weapon of war? This is exactly how they describe it. This is exactly how they always. This literally is a weapon of war. Rumble chat is DOD. What is DOD? Okay. So yeah, and how, like I say, how did this person get away with carrying that thing around? Much less threatening folks with it if they're so oppressed. Because that's always their excuse for this once everything is said and done. All right? And when you see what they're doing to our military, this doesn't surprise me that they've put him in prison. Okay, it makes me want to say our government and those that are manipulating it even more every time I see something like this. All right. In fact, one thing that I didn't get a chance to actually pull it up and put it in part of the thing, but they're actually charging the Marine person, the Marine in New York. That just came through too. They're charging him with it's not murder, but like second-degree manslaughter or second-degree. Oh, dead on arrival is what you meant? Okay. I thought you meant chat. I was going to say, I thought you meant maybe the Department of Defense was in the Rumble chat. DOD. Okay. There you go. That's it. You go, Rock Candy. Oh, poor Froggy. Is that one of the gay ones? So, yeah, these two men literally took a vow to protect the country from shit like he just protected only God knows how many from a person that was carrying and threatening him and others with a weapon of war. And they jail him for it? You're gonna get down. No kitty mode. No. Get down. I'm sorry, Putty. I'm not gonna have you breaking my skin. She kept grabbing at me. He does with the claws on the teeth. Alright. You guys don't want to hear me screech when he does that. Anyway, these guys took a vow and volunteered to protect our country from stuff like this. And they jail him for it. So my question also too now is, where is this supposed weapon of war? What did they do with that particular person's weapon? You know what they did with the sergeants. And where will it be in a few weeks when the next mass shooting happens? That's my question. You guys want to complain about this stuff? That's where a lot of that armory comes from. Stuff like that there. Meanwhile, you got the Biden clan committing all kinds of treason and in some cases alleged trafficking of humans, and for who knows how long. Of course, Biden's been in office for how long? 50 years or more? As the youngest congressman or senator ever. I don't see how that makes any kind of difference, especially when you're backed like he is. It's not like it's literally not like he had any kind of merit. It seems like they always will promote from the bottom of these people, or from the least capable or the least competent. It's crazy. You got a cat that likes to attack your feet. Well, this one does mine too sometimes, but I can't have him doing that while I'm online here. All right. Let's see. And they want to make all this stuff now start seeming legit. That's the reason why they're going after our kids, and they're trying to fight us for this thing and another thing, and they want to change everybody into something they're not. while they persecute the man who actually called this shit out. And when we actually have proof. You guys have seen the video. I'm not going to play it again. That he's actually threatening the heads of state over in Ukraine. You know, about the $1 billion. You're not going to get it. Call him. But the president said, call him. And son of a bitch. I won't forget that anytime soon, will you? Hello, Can Killer. Welcome to the show. And Reynath. Welcome to the show. Been banned. Yes, we are, man. Yes, we are. They've been MFing all week. That's where we're talking about today. You know, he had some choice swears, but here we are supposed to believe that Trump or someone like this sergeant sworn his duty to protect and serve are the criminals. And again, I ask, why do they think that while they're loving and coddling their criminals, why do they think that'll make us hate ours? Or at least the criminals, the people that they try to criminalize for us. Just because you hate him doesn't mean you're going to make everybody else hate him. Especially when we know you're lying! It's been proven and debunked, as you say, so many times. But you're still going to go on with that. I'll talk about that later, too, in a few minutes. We'll be talking about the Trump... the town hall that they had on CNN. Personally, I think that he did it to troll the shit out of him, and it worked gloriously. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Let me finish this. Let's see. These people really do need a different angle. And the worst they get, well, all I can say is this is not it. And if you're wearing headphones, turn your volume down. I'm warning you now.
Okay. My name is Leah McGeever. I live in D6. I hate a lot of people on this board. For the reasons that led up to Benko Brown's death. So...
Well, that's one of your first problems, my friend. You start out with hate. That probably closed at least 75% of the ears in the place before you even started the rest of this mess.
Often I prepare something, maybe it's a little historical, maybe a little poetic, whatever. There's a lot of performative people on this board who will say one thing in support of black people, homeless people, trans people, and then immediately stab you in the face. Being racist, transphobic, anti-homeless.
She gives absolutely no examples of either one of those. She's just talking now. Evidently, this is her opinion. She's welcome to it.
So I don't have any words prepared today. I just want you to feel our pain. I don't know if you can at this point based off your policy choices, but I have to pretend you have some form of empathy left. So I am going to spend the next...
This is how she pretends we have empathy.
That is what is going on in here. That is what the trans genocide in this country, in this city, has brought me.
Again, and I see even the other side is looking sideways at this trans genocide. If this was happening, we would know every single one of their names. There would be non-stop talking about them. There would be... So, and again, she doesn't give you any kind of examples.
I know you've been waiting for this.
What is
they
this?
Are made with oats instead of milk. The plant...
Oh, here we go. I don't know what happened there.
People on this board who will say one thing in support of black people, homeless people, trans people, and then immediately stab you in the face.
I'd like to know what the hell she's talking about.
Racist, transphobic, anti-homeless. So I don't have any words prepared today.
And she proves that.
I just want you to feel our pain. I don't know if you can at this point based off your policy choices, but I have to pretend you have some form of empathy left.
And what policy is she talking about?
I am going to spend the next minute screaming, because that is what is going on in here. That is what the trans genocide in this country, in this city, has brought me to.
You don't have to. You're sitting there screaming. Nobody has to imagine that. That's why I say I'm not gonna subject you to the rest of it. I'm sure you've seen it, but you really expect anyone on the planet to take you seriously after this? I mean, in this situation that you're protesting is so bad that it brought you to where your logic and your reasoning just vanishes. And you try to convince folks what? To plug their ears? Come on. You only just hurt folks' ears and probably your larynx at that point. But this was about as useless to your cause as doing nothing. Actually, doing nothing probably would have done more. Because ain't nobody going to want to be around you now. Because if you try to talk to them or they try to talk to you about any of this stuff, even if it's try to help or whatever like that, you're just going to screech at them. Guess what? Ears close when you start talking and screeching like this. This is not helping your cause at all. In fact, it makes people want to not help you anymore. Because nothing's ever good enough. And if you do try to reason with these people, that's what they do. They scream you down. There's no rhyme. There's no reason. It's almost like as if you just can watch their brain just seep out of their ear. Yeah, like that person rushing by it. In fact, that's the only time I've ever seen that woman is during that thing right there where she screamed in front of the, I guess, White House, right? Oh, let's see. All right. I hope I'm not missing anybody's chat. The phone lines are open. Don't forget. So thank you once again for reminding us how mindless your arguments and how meaningless your protests really are. It's no wonder that LGB wants a divorce from TQ. And especially the plus part. I've got a couple of Twitter feeds here that are the gay people are even saying no to a lot of this trans stuff because it's literally erasing them too. Because they're literally, not that I agree with them, but at the same time, they have the rights to do whatever they want to do. And, what harm are the trans? Well, it's harming everybody, evidently. You don't see things like LGB without the TQ go viral if they're not talking about it, if they're not talking out against it. All right? It's like that black guy said when he walked away from the trans lady that he was supposed to dance with or something like that. I'm not going to hate on these people. I wish them all the best. But I'm not allowed to participate. And I'm not obligated to either. You do you. But I was going to say, for one of the very first, let's see. Oh, I think I scrolled down on this one. I was looking at it to make sure that was the right one that I wanted to. There's actually a couple of accounts that actually have that, go by that same name. God, I love this one. Space Force Cheapo Team. I don't follow any of these people, I don't think. I just looked up the hashtag after seeing that it went viral. Actually, it went viral like for 2 days after my last show. So this is kind of old news. I'm sorry, but this good meme. God is real. How can you believe that if you don't have any physical proof? Which if you're standing on the earth, you don't realize what physical proof you actually have, then you're not paying attention. But the one down here, I'm actually a woman, and it says, oh, so true. Oh, you don't have to prove nothing, huh? Greetings, you're on the air.
Hi, it's Hallie. Hi.
Hello, Hallie.
Hi. Hi, how you doing? Hi. I'm just sitting here again doing my work here. I was just curious what you think the future of the trans movement is going to be, let alone the, the regular, the main. Well, let's just get a quieter place to talk here. Sorry. What do you think the future of just the trans movement, let alone just the mainstream LGBT, LGB, whatever they want to call themselves?
Well, this is just my opinion based on what I'm seeing and the things that come across my feed as I'm going. You never know, the algorithm is feeding me sometimes. But I'm seeing an awful lot of people that are being silenced that are actually detransitioning or regretting their transitions.
Well, I remember the speaker, the guy you had on your show a while back.
Yep. He's doing well, by the way.
That's great, yeah. But I mean, they're never going to regain their fertility. That's the thing. You know, the irony is that the liberals, you know, especially when they protest abortion and whatnot, you know, these women that were donning the the Handmaid's Tale trope of whatever they dress up in that. I think the idea that they're going to be used as handmaidens for their children. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be the liberals are going to really be more using the surrogates, donors, because they're sterilized. They're the ones. I mean, most of them seem to be liberals, and they're sterilizing themselves. So I think what you're going to start seeing is. There's going to be a mad run for any. These ones are going to regret their, having done what they, regretting their surgeries and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Or can even just be women who, chose not to have children, sterilize themselves. They're going to be looking for donors and surrogates.
Yeah, well, the unfortunate part about it is they've turned it into such a fad that there's a bunch of grifters now. I've noticed that some of these grifters have quieted down since we've had this boycott. And there's actually more than just one or two companies getting boycotted because of this, too. So,
No, I think it's great what happened with Budweiser. I personally don't believe in public boycotts, but just it was at a personal level. I think so many people were disgusted. I hope Disney, I hope all of them get, I've decided, as much as I love my coffee, I'm just going to try to buy from somebody in my community, because I really just don't want to support these organizations that are publicly pushing this. What you do in your private life, your private charity, is your own business. But when you start, let alone putting somebody on a beer can, you're just promoting. So I do see a backlash, but I'm just wondering. I do see a dark side. Like I said, these ones that ruin their chances of having a procreation. I would warn even the religious communities to even watch their children. I think you're going to start seeing baby snatching, kidnapping. They're going to be desperate for kids later. It's a lot of my predictions came true. It was like when I was thinking what happened recently in Nashville, where the Christian schools shot up. I think the Jewish schools had also better start arming themselves, because we're too much a reality for these people. Mm-hmm. And so I think the same thing. I predict the same thing with the trans people. That the ones who regret it later, or they want to have, or just think they can have it all, they can go ahead and pretend to be whatever they want, and then try to have a family. They are going to start kidnapping, snatching babies. I hate to say, especially white babies, but they because they're the ones committing most of the. I don't know if the majority of the trans people are white, but the thing is, you're going to see more of that. Just like you're going to see more trafficking, sex trafficking. They're going to be desperate for young women. But this is something I'm very much predicting. They're going to be bombarding the fertility clinic or these donor banks, kind of a thing. I know there's a Christian one that will only cater to Christian heterosexual couples. So you're going to start seeing people being paid to pass as fake couples, or like the equivalent of shell companies. I'm just telling you. I was thinking this to myself. I'm not exactly Madame Olga with the crystal ball, but I just have a gut feeling that you're going to. Not only is it going to backlash. I mean, it's going to hit them big. But they're the ones who are really. Because I was reading about this natalist movement. It's called pro-natalist. These liberals are suddenly realizing that they are the ones who are declining in population. Mm-hmm. So they're trying to push, if you can believe it, like for artificial uteri. I don't know if I'm. They're trying anything to make more babies. Mm-hmm. How about just good old-fashioned marriage and children, you know, but you're going to see these, you know, the desperation. It won't be tomorrow, but I think it will be sooner than we think. You know, the pace of the world change. It's just my 2 cents. I'm sort of venting to you here you're doing my work, but every time I hear, I can't even watch these people anymore. I saw earlier the one that was screaming.
Yeah.
Which reminds me of Fay Ray in the King Kong movie. It's one of my favorite movies, by the way. But,
that was great.
yeah. But I'm just saying, you're going to see more of that. You know, just be prepared. I'd say every traditional or religious family, watch your children, really guard them. They're really, you know, they're going to be desperate. They're going to go after these kids, you know, because the conservatives are the ones reproducing. You know, I think the future is conservative. It won't be. It may not be tomorrow.
No.
But so anyway, I better get back to the salt mines here, and sorry. I'm sorry, I did this earlier. What happened? Did you injure your nose? I'm sorry to bring it up, but did you injure your nose or something?
No. Actually, this is a tribute to a person that was in our network. He was one of the creators. He was a very young man. I don't even think he was 40 yet.
Oh.
He passed on. So this is my tribute. He actually did his show in a baseball cap and the Groucho Marx glasses without the mustache. So this is my tribute to him. He was very well loved in our community, and he was a gay man that came to Christ and started seeing the truth and speaking the truth. Brother in Christ and stuff like that. So yeah, he was a very well loved person.
Yeah. You're going to start seeing more of that. The more people wake up, you know. I don't say if the younger generation, I think, may eventually return to religion because they're going to see how empty it is. But the ones like this, the screamer. I don't know, this person, the screamer, just sounded like a psychopath. I mean, those are the ones that have fully embraced this thing. But
sounded almost like a demon.
I swear to God, they're just really. I think they are demonic. But I think that they're really going to regret later. But to say, watch, you know, you're going to start seeing. Watch your kids. Watch, you know, small kids. You know, they're going to be kidnappers, people like that. You know, traffickers. These people are going to, you know, be deaf. Anyway, I got to get back, and nice talking to you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for calling.
Okay. My pleasure.
You have a great weekend.
Have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.
Good night. All right, shout out to Hallie. Phone lines are open. You can see the phone number or the email to reach me here at Goddess Central, the Goddess Central. I don't know what I want to call. I'm going to call my. I want to name my studio, but I haven't decided what yet. Something catchy, maybe you guys. Maybe I'll have a contest or something. All right. All right. We were talking about, like I say, the LGB. Now, the argument that I'm hearing between the LGB. Hey, Muko, how you doing? Kid, that's the person that speaks in kitty memes. Love Muko. Adorable kitty memes. He can actually. They can even tell us when they're feeling angry. Cool kitty memes. Do you like run a site or something? Do you make these yourself, Muko? Best cat pictures of all time. Oh, that's cute. All right. Anyway, like I say, the reason why they're distancing themselves, this is their main reason why this is the fact that lesbian, gay, and bisexual are actual sexualities, is an actual attraction to same sex or both sexes at the same time. All the others that are trying to add themselves onto this are identities, things that they've made up themselves that's really fluid, and that whenever they decide, they can just horn in on anyone else's spaces as far as that goes. And then of course you got these people now calling lesbians TERFs, trans exclusionary radical feminists, because they don't want a female penis. Operative word here, penis. If you're a lesbian, you don't want any penis, period. And the same thing goes for dudes, gay dudes. Dude with a vagina. Sorry. These dudes, in fact, I saw something, I don't know, I think it was Family Guy. It was a spoof on I think it was a gay gynecologist or something like that. He looked there and he goes, oh, he looks like a sad old man. So yeah, you know that gay guys don't want vagina. Or sad old men. Or sad old men with vaginas. So yeah, there's lots and lots of tweets that have gone out, and even the gay people. Because last week I showed everybody how many women and how many people were actually coming out against this. Because, I mean, they're literally taking everyone's spaces. And they're literally trying to eliminate the gay people, too. While taking over their movement. So, they say, oh, well, all they wanted was this and all they wanted was that. Well, LGB, yes. But the rest of them looks like they saw that they got what they wanted and said, whoa, let's glom onto that and see what we can get too. And boy, have they been successful. Even to the detriment of the original LGB community. There's lots and lots of people that are complaining they don't want nothing to do with these people. They don't want to be associated with them. Leave me out of this, especially when it comes to the children. They're very, very against that. A lot of them actually, like I say, that's what they wanted. They wanted to have children. They have children. Now all of a sudden, these people that have tacked onto their association are now after their children too. I would be upset. I wouldn't be happy about this stuff, and I'm not happy about the way that they're taking women's spaces either. After the 100 years that we fought for even to be able to own property and not be taboo being seen out of the house. Thank you, Mr. Tizo. Yes, please don't forget, share. I want everybody to be able to get their voices out there. That's the whole point of this. I appreciate the callers. That's the whole point. Nasty person. CNN, yep. And yes, I'll talk about that here. Now, here's one that came across my feed that actually blew my mind. Actually, here was another good meme. The LGB community, and it's like, we unicorns need to stick together. If you can tell that's a horse with a plunger on his head. And then they ask, is that a plunger on your head? Yes, that's a plunger on his head. All right. And of course, this is something we need to start. Like I said, if you want to be reasonable about this stuff, here's what we need to start doing. Because this genocide crap is for the birds. They're just trying to scare the shit out of everybody, and it's not working. It really isn't. It really isn't working. But we're still trying to be reasonable, and I don't think that this is unreasonable, especially for what I know about these shows. I used to work with these people, and it's not something for kids under 16 even. To be honest with you, they don't even let anybody in there usually under 21 because there's alcohol. So,
if you're a drag queen, you should be refusing to perform for children and putting that in your contracts with the venue. I will perform. This is my fee. I will not perform for children. Do you agree?
100%. That's a good one. Something that's kind of similar to what you were saying was that if you do show up to work and you see that there are children in your bar, in your city, where you're about to perform, make that known that you will not perform that evening. Yeah. Whatever is that they need to do, walk in and you say, hi, I signed up to be an entertainer for adults. Fix this. Until you do, I won't be back.
If you're a drag queen...
Yep, that's the way to fix this. If you're an actual drag queen, this is how you should insist upon it working. Mr. Tizo, yeah, I remember you guys play that movie like once a month or something over there on the pond. Once again, welcome to the pond, everyone. Welcome from the pond if I'm being simulcast over there, and welcome Pastor Shadley and everybody over there. Hello. Don't forget to share. Tweet me out. I like I like to say, I like Twitter. My next goal is to make enough money to be able to afford the whatever it is. What do they call that? The membership on Twitter, because I want to join in on some of the things that 451 Actual was talking about. But I'd also like to go over there and be able to, since I was gifted an upgrade to my computer, which we'll see. I can't wait to see about it. I'll work on that tomorrow. That means taking the computer apart and possibly not having it work for you guys on Thursday. So I didn't do it when I received it on Tuesday. So, but thank you to Space Pirate Yvonne for the upgrades to the computer. Hopefully I can add at least pill.net. And if I can get the membership over there at Twitter, I'll start streaming over there as well and entering some of the, I think it was, he called them spaces or something like that. That'd be awesome. Not to mention the fact also too, I read something that Elon Musk wrote. You might actually be able to call me through Twitter. So you don't have to worry about calling me through Skype. And call me through Twitter, because you can call me from anywhere in the world, supposedly on Twitter. They're working on that now. So that sounds exciting. I like that. But back to this, with all of that, even Gordon Ramsay is saying absolutely not. Gordon Ramsay shuts down drag kitchen show. 16 contestants, only one winner. The prize? A $250,000 job as the chef at the Las Vegas Fancy Pants Casino. Really? They couldn't have thought of a better name for a casino? Fancy Pants? P-A-N-T-Z? Your own cookbook and a contract to perform nightly for 2 years. As a drag queen. That's the premise of the newest Gordon Ramsay cooking show, Drag Kitchen. Or should we say it was. The brainchild of Ramsay's head of entertainment facilities, Joe Barron. Drag Kitchen has already gotten a green light from Disney Studios at Fox Broadcasting, and was just about to cast. That's when Ramsay heard all about it and claimed that bitch like cheap mushrooms. Canned that bitch like cheap mushrooms. Are they bloody kidding me? He reportedly said to the gathered showrunners last week. Drag queens? What is this? The bloody Berkeley, California Performing Arts Center? And I can picture him saying that. I wish they had a video of it. There's no video of it, unfortunately. Ramsay's nixing of the program brought consternation to the studio. Oh, God, they're biting their fingernails off because he doesn't want to deal with all the wigs and makeup and everything like that. Yeah, you can't mix all that shit with food. You know, if you're going to be health conscious and you're going to actually cook dinner and all that other stuff, you got to wear hairnets and aprons and all. You can't go glam and sit there and cook. Now, if they want to be a hostess or something like that, I can see that. But yeah, I'm with him on this. Nobody wants to see your hair falling in this food that you're trying to prep for these prestigious places. And then can you imagine going to a casino, having a big, long, synthetic hair in your food? Or glitter? Or sequins? Or an eyelash? Ugh. Nevertheless, it appears the television two-tone, nobody knows what that word is, isn't as woke as the network had originally believed. The whole drag queen thing pushed him just a little too far. Towel chef, that was an idea for the show about cooks who have to wear towels on their heads the whole time. Ramsay remarked angrily, but at least they were all regular bloody people. Christ. And if you're I like Gordon Ramsay. I like Gordon Ramsay. He doesn't hold back. He gets shit done. All right. And of course, why is anybody listening to this lunatic? This, of course, I'm going to start off now with this because this is how the week started out, with the jury of this New York grand jury or whatever it is for this. It was a civil case, which usually they don't have a jury. But, I mean, come on. She got on CNN and said this.
You don't feel like a victim.
I was not thrown on the ground and ravished. Which, the word rape carries so many sexual connotations. This was not sexual. It hurt.
Well, I think most people think of rape as it is a violent assault. It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasy.
We're going to take a quick break. If you can stick around, we'll talk more on the other side.
You're fascinating to talk to.
She tells him her fantasy and then comes on to him as if, and of course, look at her. All right. Now, the thing that bothers me about this is they literally made laws so that this person could go outside of the statute of limitations and sue Trump for this shit. Just so that they could try to get him on something. And of course, $5 million to him is a spit in the ocean, but I guarantee you he's going to find a way to appeal this. Because it's absolute bullshit. And she actually was a part of the campaign and everything to actually change that law. This law that started on Thanksgiving and is going to end on this Thanksgiving, so that she could go above and beyond the statute of limitations for any of the stuff that she was accusing him for. Which, again, the R word didn't come into play. In fact, the jury said, nah, there's no way to prove that he did that. Not to mention the fact, I'm pretty sure a lot of these people, even though they hate him, they know better. They know better. So this is her attorney, and they say, oh yeah, we are the ones that got this law changed so that we could do this. And Jean even was really proud of it. Oh, if it hadn't been for this law, I couldn't have done nothing about it. But she wouldn't let them take any kind of DNA sample. Supposedly she was a nutbag enough to save the dress from, what is this, 20 some odd years ago now? And knowing Trump the way that we know Trump, do you actually believe that he would have even touched this woman or given this woman a second look? And I noticed they don't show any of her pictures from back then. It sounds like, to me, she reads too many raunchy romance novels where it's okay for the men to be so misogynistic that they literally rip women's clothing off for a sexual interlude that the woman doesn't dare utter a word or a sound while being ravagely and painfully left bleeding from how ginormous this guy was. I mean, come on. Sure, Jan. Sure. Actually, the one thing that Trump doesn't tell you, which he should, because this is another thing, especially if you've got a lot of money, is that even though a lot of women love the power, fame, and money so much that they'll throw themselves at you and literally, it wouldn't surprise me if somebody literally grabbed his hand and put it somewhere to entice him to, I don't know what. But he's not wrong. You don't even have to be that big, famous, and everything like that. Just be in show business. Just be in show business. Oh, that's cute, Rock Candy. Kitties, all the kitties, I love that. Been banned, welcome, welcome. Yes, you're not wrong, it is, it's a real shit show. This whole thing is a real shit show, and it is, I was gonna say, if you put it all together, it's almost fodder for a soap opera. But these people, a lot of these people will do just about anything to be just a little bit of attention from this person. I don't know why they think that attention from somebody that has that kind of power or that kind of is going to change their life all of a sudden. It's ridiculous. But then if that person actually shuns somebody or pushes them away or tells them no or something like that, they turn around and do shit like this. Because at that point it almost seems like as if, oh well, he thwarted my advances, but so now he hurt my feelings and all that other stuff, and he should have paid attention to me. So now I'm just gonna help myself to his belongings, his money, his clout, his reputation. Okay, not to mention how many billionaire folks on the Dem side are backing her for this. Some billionaire supposedly, I don't remember his name either. At least one billionaire. Skeletor. We the rock stars now, Laura. Yeah. We're getting there, aren't we? All right. Which don't forget, Share, share, share. I need phone calls too. Odysee somehow made my comment to Muko. Oh, okay. Hey, Space Cowboy. The Space Cowboy. Of course, if you missed the show last week, he called in with a very good call. And much appreciated, man. And God bless. God bless, brother. So, like I say, she seems to be now, I think she's like in her 70s now, okay? So she seems to be getting really, really greedy and wanting to stay relevant at this age. I would venture to say when she first came out with this supposedly in 2019, when Trump had already been in office for a couple of years, 2018, 2019, or somewhere around in there. Trump had been in office for a couple of years. Her excuse was, oh, well, I didn't want to undermine all the women down at the border that were having this happen to them. Which, that sounds like an extremely lame thing. Not to mention the fact that if she was smart or her handlers were smart, they would have actually combined the two. Yeah, see, he did this to me, and then these people are getting this too, and we need to stop this, and da-da-da-da. But they were stupid and went this way instead. But even Jimmy Dore's talking about how something like this is scary. And it is something that, you know, once they start doing these things, they are going to start passing laws making typical things against the law so that they can do shit like this to you. In fact, don't get it. Don't get me wrong. I was gonna say they're gonna probably lawfare the hell out of Tucker Carlson too until they break him. No money, because money is power to these people. The more you got, the more you can evidently pay people to ruin other people's lives, or at least shill for you, like the like those two kids did. In fact, I saw another video from that one kid talking about how CNN. Talking about the town hall, which I'll tell you, like I say, and I was going to say, she was a mere magazine writer. She wrote a book around that time too, and that's when all of a sudden all of this came out, and all of this, but she doesn't know where it happened or when it happened, how it happened. Her story actually sounds like a couple of the Law and Order shows that I've seen in the past, where supposedly when she was asked about them, she was aware of the episodes, but she never watched them. That sounded like bullshit to me too. You're not aware of an episode of something and you didn't watch it. I'm sorry, but no. Unless you got Cliff Notes on it or some shit like that, I doubt it though. So, and imagine wanting to leave this life making your mark by trying to erase someone else's mark with lies and fantasies. Reminds me of one of my very favorite Looney Tunes cartoons, the one Little Red Riding Hood. This is what she sounds like to me. This is what she needs to be told. Here, let me set it up if I can get it right. I practiced this, but I probably won't get it right.
Hey, Grandma!
Those are some pretty big lies for you. I did it! Hey, Grandma! Those are some pretty big lies for you to have. That was one of my very favorite Looney Tunes. Actually, that's Bugs Bunny. One of my favorite parts is where he comes in, this wolf comes in there, and there's 3 more wolves in the bed, and he's like, come on, take a powder. This is my gig. Love the cartoons. They are art. All right, and since we're talking about Trump now, I guess we better talk about the town hall. This was my first thought when I heard about it. It was fun to watch all the screeching and the reeing. But my first and only question was, what did everyone expect? What did everyone expect? I mean, who didn't expect this event to try to be some kind of perpetual gotcha trap that they've never been able to actually snare him in ever before, ever? Why they keep trying, I'll never know. Darwin Award, thank you so much for the donation. You get one of these. Let's see, do I have a visuals for this one? Yeah, I do. In a minute, though. And of course, the only thing that they tried to, well, they started off by trying to demand that he stop talking about what happened and admit defeat, etc., etc. You're just such a liar, liar, liar. They called him a liar through the whole thing. The moderator did. So that didn't work. That never works. Skeletor. Nah, come on. He says Trump walked by her one time and his testosterone levels knocked her unconscious. She woke up thinking Trump had banged her. And of course, if you'd said something like that to him, he probably would have gone, it was the best damn bang she'd ever had. Ooh, rah, 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 rah. Now they've literally, unless this is not true news, they've literally rewarded this moderator with her own let's see, CNN CEO Chris Licht prepared to announce that 31-year-old Caitlin Collins will take over the network's 9 p.m. ET primetime slot, which was previously occupied by Chris Cuomo before he was fired. It took him long enough, but yeah, she doesn't. Yeah, the moderator. She got another one whose incompetence got promoted. So she's now got a primetime show on CNN. I don't see that getting them anywhere. I really don't. Not anywhere. In fact, the most delicious part is that their own audience is screaming boycott because they gave this monster of their own making a platform to say the very things they also already knew he was going to say. I guess that made the meltdown during and after pretty sweet, but not unexpected. Just so predictable. So predictable. They haven't learned yet, though, that the only people that are listening to them are their minions. And not even that so much anymore. These media outlets created these bubbles, and now they want to try to burst them in this way by doing the same shit, just a different medium, and to his face this time. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. If nothing else, these media outlets have taught us how to lose a once loyal audience in 12 hours or less. This is also the thing that tells me that these media sites, nobody really takes them seriously anymore at all. They're not news sites, they're infotainment. And when they don't give their audiences what they want, the audiences go elsewhere. It's actually exactly the same premise as any of the entertainers, the local entertainers around here, anybody that's not, well, any entertainer. If you don't give the people what they want, what they expect of you, your loyal customers and everything like that, that's just the paradigm. That's just how it works. I've been there. I'm there. In fact, I have done songs for almost 25, almost 30 years now that I'm so sick of fucking doing. But you get requested. If you don't play them, you get requested every time. And you got to give your audience what they want, or else they're not going to pay you no more. You're getting paid to do the job, evidently. That's the reason why Fox News, they got rid of the biggest person on there, and they knew this. Let's see. Darwin Awards, when he said that, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to not read this. It was an exact script of Law and Order from 1994. Only the names and locations were changed. Okay, exactly. That's what I was talking about. The writer for the magazine. You can't be aware of something, of a thing like that and not have seen it or had somebody explain it to you. I bet you any amount of money she watched it. All right. So, and this also seems to show that, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing, it's almost as if folks are saying, if you insist on grouping us into these certain groups, at least let us pick the group that we want to associate with. Now, me, I just refuse to pay for their pleasure of lying to me all the time. We're done. Old liberal women who are widowed because their husbands could watch CNN. That's funny. Space Cowboy, that's funny. All right. And from what I've been hearing, CNN didn't even keep their promise of a whole hour and a half to him. So I bet it was the nasty comment. There's a lot of people that are saying this was the nasty comment is when they started to cut it off. Which, like I said earlier, I think she deserved it. She got smartassy about asking questions. She got upset because he wouldn't let her interrupt him when she asked him a question. And she acted like an 8-year-old. I want you to answer the question. That's why I asked it. While not allowing him to fucking answer. By continuing to act like a spoiled little brat. That's why I answered the question. Sorry, that doesn't endear anybody to you. You're not, and she acted like she was in middle school for crying out loud. And of course, after watching this town hall, even though it was on CNN, never again CNN. I don't care if you have Christ on there. That think that Trump has changed his demeanor or whatever, the way he is and everything like that. I think he's just seasoned it. He's got it seasoned more. I think he's better at it. In fact, he slides shit in there every once in a while that sometimes the people don't even catch when he's doing it. He's gotten better at that. Also, too, as we all saw, he had the receipts. He didn't allow her to talk over him. And I guess they thought that if they put a pretty enough woman in front of him, since he is such a predator, he was convicted of rape, which he wasn't. But that's the lie that they're going to spread to try and get people to hate him more. And again, while they're coddling and loving on their own criminals that would just as soon stab them as look at them. Probably. Allegedly. Whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I guess they thought that he would act like some kind of a frickin' frat boy predator, drooling all over her and wiggling his hips going, come on, baby, can you... This is how they picture him! Based on everything that they've done and whatever, and the latest thing that's going on, this is literally how I imagine they picture him. Come on, baby, give me a little kiss. Come on, it's big enough. Come on, it's plenty good, plenty for you, man. Everyone. Not to mention the fact also too, when he started give it a kiss. Didn't think I was gonna make myself laugh tonight, but give it a kiss, baby. Come on, I got plenty down there. Ignore the small hands. The better to undo your bra with. They thought this is how they picture this guy. They really do. Like he's some kind of a fucking nerd. From Revenge of the Nerds, yeah. Like I say, and like I say, he started out really nice to her. He called her smart and everything like that, but she just has an agenda, which she's being paid by CNN. None of those people don't have an agenda. They're told what to say. They're told what to wear. They're told how to act. In fact, I guarantee you she had people in her ears talking this stuff. Stop him, stop him, stop him. He can't say that. In fact, she even came out and said, you can't say that. Yes, he can. He can say any fucking thing he wants to say. That's the whole point. That was the whole point. Thank you, Lizzie Longtoes. If you saw the beginning of the show, you know what I'm doing. I'm tributing our dear departed Axel. I couldn't find a nose, so I tried to make one. I hope it's good enough. This is my tribute. And he will be sorely missed. I actually got a chance to call into his show once or twice too. I don't remember when, but it must have been a day that I either had nothing else to do or I was home. I was actually home watching. All right. So, but yeah, throughout the whole thing, she just kept getting bitchier and bitchier and bitchier and more smart alecky and more smart alecky. And I'm sorry, but that's just not the way to gain any kind of trust or respect or even anybody wanting to be around you. People don't like miserable people all the time. Rock Candy, Ephesians 5:11. Take no part in the unfruitful works of darkness, but instead expose them. Yes, well, that's what we're doing. That's what we're trying to do. It's so sad about Axe. He was such a free spirit. Yes, he was well loved. I will miss him. In fact, if you scroll back, you'll see I was shedding a tear or two. It was really rough. He was a hell of a guy. Everyone loved him. Tweak! Yeah, she needed some. She did need some of that, didn't she? Somewhere. Actually, eating them, yes, in some points, because she needed to shut the hell up every once in a while, as far as that goes. All right, but this was not a town hall, in my opinion. This was once again CNN trying to gain clicks, views, and followers by deploying the same old bullshit rhetoric while knowing that the answers would be the same and expecting a different outcome. In fact, there's some people on Twitter that are claiming that they were trying to entice Fox viewers that left because of Tucker Carlson. You don't actually think that they would come to CNN. They're going to follow Tucker Carlson, you dumbasses. These people, I don't know what these people are looking at, what stats they're looking at. I mean, it's like they make it up as they go along, and when it doesn't work, it's like, oh, see what a hero I am? Ugh. And of course, like I say, they cut him off 20 minutes early. Typical. And like I say, I'll never watch them again, even if they've got Jesus Christ on there. Actually, one of the funniest responses I thought, of course, we all know John Paul Watson. Paul Joseph Watson, sorry. Everybody else was concentrating on his nasty person comment. This was actually the highlight of the show.
Some of whom found his response to the E. Jean Carroll case nothing short of hilarious. And of course, the crucial detail that everyone was missing.
Her dog, or her cat, was named Vagina. The judge wasn't allowed to put that in. All of these things, he was... Vagina.
That word should never be pronounced any different ever again.
Vagina.
He's right. Greetings, you're on the air.
Oh, good evening, ma'am. My name's Carl. How are you tonight?
I'm just fine, Harold. How are you?
My name's Carl, ma'am. That's what I was born with, was the name Carl.
Oh, Carl. Okay, I'm hard of hearing sometimes.
Okay, I was just calling in to tell you what I thought about America, and I was stumbling upon this YouTube thing. I'm pretty new to it, and I caught your show, and I fancy myself as a patriot, and I was wondering what your thoughts on the Donald Trump with his the immigrants.
What are my thoughts on him with the immigrants? You mean what he wants to do?
I reckon we got a pile of them down there, they're close to the border, what I've been hearing there on the news, on the CNNs and whatnots, and I was wondering what you were thinking was when the tides turn and they open up them border gates. What are we in store for?
Oh well, they're already warning us, and you know that the sanctuary cities are already complaining of being overcrowded. So I would venture to say we'll probably see more of that. My take on Trump's take on it, he's let everybody know and has always stood on the fact that he wants immigration, but he wants it to be legal.
No, I understand that. I reckon with the Joe Biden feller, he kicked up the price of my potted meats and the biscuits. the mustard stayed about the same, but with these immigrants coming in, I think it might get to helping to reduce some of them prices.
Anything's possible, I guess. Tweak. So, Salty Mad Jameson says it's Carl. Listen up.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I have one more question for you.
Okay.
When I was a boy, about 6 or 8, reckon Daddy didn't like me playing around and whatnot. He broke my nose. I was asking did you get your nose broke? And I hope your ailments are cured.
No.
All right, well, I reckon I'll be getting out of here, and I'll be tuning into your show here a little bit, and between the small engine work I gotta do, I got me a weed eater, and my push two-stroke needs fixing, I reckon.
Okay, well, thanks for calling, Carl.
All right, then.
Good night. All right. Thank you. Shout out to Carl. Appreciate that. Appreciate you calling. All right. Let's see. Like I say, the JPW response was great. And if you're going to pronounce that word now, we need to do it that way. Actually, he said China an awful lot too during this. Did anybody appreciate that? I know a lot of people were missing the way that he said China. China. But yeah, no, that was pretty good. Hey, Salty the Welder and Bobby Digital over here on Odysee. Welcome to the show. Let's see. All right. One of the things about all of this that still blows my mind about these corporations, that they would rather go for woke, virtue signaling clout than make money like they're supposed to. And of course, they can now claim to be the good guys. See what we did? We were balanced and fair. We brought on a Republican. We brought Republicans into our studio. We gave this man a voice, even though you guys hated it and everything like that. We're fair and balanced now because we gave a voice to the other side. And no one's buying that bluster on either side. And their side has made it abundantly clear that fair and balanced is not in their vocabulary, not their goal. So hence the hashtag boycott CNN. Let's just check and see what that hashtag has. Let's see. Whatever you think of the Trump and CNN town hall last night, at the end of the day, we had a sexual assaulter defaming this accuser after being found liable. Whoop-de-doo! With a hate-filled audience of Trumpers applauding and cheering him on. Ted Turner would be ashamed. Oh, so Caitlin of Country Carry, you can speak for Ted Turner, can you? You're speaking for Ted Turner, are you? Is he in charge of CNN? I know he's in charge of TBS. Total bullshit. Zero Die Loser, welcome to the show, and thank you so much for the donation. You get one of these. All right. Swear y'all ain't me, I call in to prove it. Okay, yeah, the phone lines are open. I appreciate the phone calls. Is someone LARPing as Sling Blade? I don't know. Not for me to judge. They asked legitimate questions. They weren't rude or mean or nasty or anything, so it seemed legit enough to me. And you know me, this is a free speech platform, so I'll talk to anybody as long as they're not breaking the law, I guess. Let's see, here's another one. Honky pox. Liberals across America are consoling each other this morning over the CNN town hall with Donald Trump. Swastikas, Nazi memes, hate for Ted Turner, and the end of democracy claims are only outnumbered by their tears and hate for free speech. Today is a good day. Boycott CNN. Well, as I say, they've gone as far as having their own people. How to lose your loyal fans and people that would actually pay you for your bullshit in less than 12 hours. and they both gotta be in cahoots. It's like I say, Fox News I think has always been just a controlled opposition, as long as they're not fogged. Hey, tweak. Cy says, Ted Turner created CNN. He's a card-carrying commie too, married to that piece of shit, Jane Fonda. Yes, yes, yes. I wasn't sure exactly how big his corporation was, and I had heard at one point or another that he sold it or something, I forget. But yeah, he's not married to her anymore, but nobody really wants to see her anymore either. Only people that don't know who the fuck she is. And like I say, we're checking in on the hashtag boycott CNN. Morning in America. CNN F up, assigning Caitlyn, who didn't know her ass from a hole in the ground. She got taken to the woodshed by President Trump. Kicked her ass, boycott CNN. StandForBetter.org says, our message to CNN CEO Chris Licht about their Donald Trump CNN town hall. Caitlin Collins needs to stop calling Trump Mr. President. Oh, some stuff about George Santos, too. All from Good Trouble Show. So what are they supposed to call him? What do you want them to call him? They'll say, oh, you can't call him this. He can't say this. You can't say that. But they don't tell you what you can call him. And he is Mr. President. He is Mr. President. You can call him Mr. Trump. I'm sure that you can call him Donald. If you were friendly enough with him, he's a cool enough guy. He sounds like a cool enough guy. He's actually said that on his own. But yeah, I love these, I guess you could say keyboard warriors telling everybody, these people that are running these companies, what to do. Don't call him this, don't call him that. You don't like it, don't watch! Although, that's what they're doing. Boycott CNN. They can't control him or them anymore, evidently. Dave Ryder says, Trump is a traitor, a rapist, a criminal, a serial liar. The list of his crimes against America is endless. Yeah, I don't think that's the case. They exaggerate with this. Do not watch the shit show of Trump on CNN. He's telling America, he's telling the world what to do. I love these people that are so privileged. Teach CNN that it doesn't pay to give the Trump campaign a national stage. Well, that's how they made their ratings, and that's the reason why they went down the shitter after they got him out of office the first time. You think they're going to listen to this schmuck? Ha! Ha! Limited Access says, don't make me spew my seared tuna, because Muko will be jealous. Loving the terminal TDS. Yes, that's what I said. That's what I'm going through this. Because, I mean, this started when they announced it. And I was thinking about live feeding it, but I don't think I'd have been able to keep my mouth shut during it. So I just watched it. I decided to go ahead and talk about it today. But yeah, it's delicious. The liberal tears are delicious. And the thing is, they all now feel betrayed by their own establishment for this, which is even better. Even though all they did was gotcha questions and bullshit. So, let's see. Donk Connects. Tonight's CNN presidential town hall with Donald Trump is an insult to the integrity of America. Oh, like you're such an integral person, whoever you are, that doesn't even have a picture up there. Join me in boycotting CNN. Drop a blue heart and share a recycle if you are with it. Let CNN hear you. Democracy over ratings. No thanks. I'll take our constitutional republic. Thank you very much. Democracy is mob rule. You can have that. I'll take our republic. Thank you very much. I love reminding people of that. We are not a democracy. You're going to try and keep making us a democracy, but democracy is mob rule. So that means if you insist on this means that you can have your shit taken from you just as fast as you can point anybody else and having it too. If the mob decides that you can't have it anymore. So you better try and hold on to what we got. because it won't care what your pronouns are. All right. Let's see, one more. Let's see. Are you planning to watch CNN anymore? This is somebody with a blue wave, Mike Davis, Dr. Mike Davis. In a desperate grab for ratings, CNN has decided to give this criminal a national stage from which he can spew his hateful lies. CNN, don't watch it. And of course, they do the thing here with the fuck America. Their wishful thinking is just gotten crazy. But again, the TDS is delicious because it's bullshit. You know who they're listening to? And I like the fact that they're doing this because they're letting us know who to stay the fuck away from. When push comes to shove. Because these are going to be the first people that will give you up to the enemy. Which makes them the enemy. Right? Okay. Let's see. All right. Next up. Californians, you got duped again. Newsom declines to publicly support reparations payments recommended by California task force. All right. Another phone call. Good night tonight. Busy night tonight. Greetings. You're on the air.
You made me do it. Hi, it's Limited Access. How are you, Laura?
I twisted your arm. Hello, Limited Access. I'm better now.
Hey, the pond. Hey, I wanted to know. All right, one of the questions. We've been talking in the pond and in the swamp here, our own swamp, and I love our swampy swamp. I want to know, and I want to discuss with people, when the hell did we start calling the administration of the United States of America the fucking regime? Because once they started calling it the regime, that's what it became.
I think I started hearing that during the second
Obama?
Bush era.
When?
The second Bush era. I think I started hearing that from somebody.
Oh, yeah, no. Maybe. Yeah. That might be right. I know that maybe I wasn't paying too much attention at that time because Obama was fucking myself and my husband up the ass.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say it might have been towards the end of his term because they were trying to push, because they were trying to get Obama in there, and that's what they started calling it. So you might have been around.
The regime.
Mm-hmm.
What a regime is totally different than an administration.
Oh yeah.
So we need to start talking about that and putting that out there to maybe our representatives. Stop calling it that, because that's not what they are. That's not what they are, and we need to stop using that language.
Yeah, Ebtide said it's about the same time we started having SARS. And that's Obama as well, I believe.
Well, that would be like Bush, Obama.
Yeah.
It would be right about that. Yeah, that would have been about the time that we were getting spanked by the Marine Corps. Yeah.
Mm.
But, I was kind of trying not to pay too much attention because I was just trying to make sure that we could make it.
I don't think a lot of people were. Because they hadn't, until Obama came in office, they hadn't politicized every little fucking thing in the planet.
You betcha.
So a lot of people weren't paying attention because they was just living their lives, and politics were politics and life was life. But they've literally politicized everything.
Well, and then it became that because, in high school and whatnot, I got a little bit of civics and history and whatnot, but they started shrinking those classes down, and I graduated in 1981. So, we're talking the early 80s.
Yeah, they started taking civics out of the classrooms about the time that the right after the Vietnam War, or right during and right after the Vietnam War, because of the people knowing their rights and the way that they were legitimately protesting against the government. The government didn't like that.
Well,
so they stopped teaching. They stopped teaching people their rights and what was in this contract with America. And now you see what we got. You got people ready to jail others for not wearing a fucking mask.
Absolutely. Well,
So,
not here. I mean, hey, I hate to say it, but South Dakota's the only state that didn't shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And our economy is great. But don't come here. Only some people can come here. You can come here, and a couple people. Muko, fuck off. You can't come here. You third person talking bitch. Anyways, that was one of the conversations that I would love to have. Like, when did this all start, and what can we do about it? Because we need to stop using some of these words like regime. Regime means that they are our sovereigns and whatnot. No, they're not. They're
I was gonna say,
administration.
Just correct them, like when they call it a democracy. Just say, oh no, constitution or republic. These things mean things. Just refuse to adopt that language. Period. That's all it is.
Exactly, and the same thing with the regime. You just got to say, no, it's not a regime. We are an administration. And if they don't want to administrate, get them the hell out.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you what, I'm going to call to task after this surge on the border. God bless you guys in Texas. Please be safe, please. Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, California, all you people on the border. Oh my God. They're coming up to South Dakota too, and I'm in northern South Dakota, and they are coming up here. Mostly families. But what you're going to get, it ain't going to be. It ain't going to be. No, the people that are coming up here, they can handle the winters. They want a decent life for their kids. I'm not cap on it, but like my husband says, what the hell are you going to do? You're not going to, shove them out of town at gunpoint. No.
No, but we can at least hold the ones responsible that are declines to publicly support reparations payments recommended by California Task Force. So you Californians, especially those that were expecting a big payout due to your skin color, got duped once again. And with as much as these people complain about white people, how in the world did they trust this man to begin with? All right. The Cali legislature finally came to the reparations of $1.2 million per descendant in a place that never had slavery before. It wasn't even established at that time, and unless you want to count when the Native Americans all lived there and had their own slaves. It's only to have Gavin bang your wife Newsom to pretty much reject it. They got you guys all out there, all riled up to the point of arguing for upward of $500 million per person, which is outrageous. But I understand that's the way lawfare works. You ask for the absolute most, and then bargainate your way down to what you actually wanted. That's how that always works. That's which is again still outrageous. But you guys got all excited to be all rich due to the color of your skin, and as usual, Newsom, the guy that you couldn't wait to keep in there when others were offering better lifestyles and policies, including the person that you called the black face of white supremacy, which was also idiotic. A rich white boy that can't possibly know how you guys live or go to this point let you down again. And you guys want this traitor to be your next possible Democratic president for the United States? The man can't even run his own state without being a total hypocrite and population manipulator. So yeah, good luck, California. I guess folks will never learn that these politicians just don't give a fuck about you. I mean, come on. That side started promising all kinds of school loan forgivenesses and this perk here and that perk here, only to say, oh, whoopsie, we didn't really mean it like that. We're in office now and there's nothing you can do about it, but we didn't really mean it like that, so I guess we just won't be doing it for you. But thank you for the vote, and we'll see you in 4 years when it's time to do this shit again. Yet again, and then they keep lying to you and lying to you over and over and over again. And, oh, we swear this time. I've been in office for 40 years, but I swear this time, if you vote for me, you're going to get everything that I've ever promised you all throughout the years. Right. Right. And you guys in California especially, keep falling for it. And in these blue places, just keep falling for it because they keep telling you, they just keep telling you how bad the other side is. We're going to protect you from the other side. We're going to protect you from those guys. They're willing to take away everything from you. We're willing to give you everything. We don't have anything to take. We don't have anything for them to take. You haven't given us anything for them to take. But nobody realizes that. Nobody gets it. I want to say, hey, I want to shout out, hey, blue cities, look around you. Do you see any right-wingers, or better yet, evil Republicans around you there amongst all your crime, poverty, and filth? What's that? No? Me either. In fact, I don't know of one even middle-of-the-line person that will go and hang out for very long at some of these big cities, these blue places that look like homeless camps. Now think real hard, you guys in these blue areas, all right? Who's perpetrating all this crime, poverty, and filth? Who is it? Come on, guys. We haven't lost that much hope in you yet. We know you're slow, but you should get it soon. Maybe the next time you're robbed, hijacked, or waylaid out of nowhere by some fool that should have been in jail a long time ago or is criminally insane. Maybe you'll get the picture, but I won't hold my breath because you probably will purposely stay ignorant if it means another one of us sane and rational people would be gone. Not holding my breath. Not changing anything for you guys. Y'all's content creators are a bunch of Johnny-come-latelys. These guys were way ahead of their time, live streaming from their basement. Just saying. Yeah, well, I gotta say, don't forget, they had a big production too. This was Saturday Night Live and all the other stuff. I would have loved to be able to do that back then. I couldn't afford a damn still camera back then. So, yeah. I was a kid or a teenager back then. So, yeah. Love these guys, and actually always wanted to do a show. The only time I was ever able to do it was when the technology got cheaper and easier, and I could do it on the computer. I didn't have to have, because if you notice their production, they had the big booms and the big cameras and all that other stuff like that. Most of these people couldn't afford that kind of stuff back then. Yes, I know. I'm good. What can I tell you? I try. So, but yeah. That side has a habit of lecturing everyone about if someone shows you who they are, you believe them. Well, I agree wholeheartedly there. I watch you folks all day long, and you never cease to quit reminding me what monsters you actually are. And I was gonna say, I know that a lot of people that follow me and everything like that, it's one of those things. This stuff is all stuff that once you see it, you can't unsee it. You know, so when you sit back and just watch, you see that these perpetual politicians do these things to get a rise out of you. Knowing that you're just going to keep voting for them anyway, while they pull your strings and watch you dangle when they cut them one by one, while you foolishly thank them for bending over. And well, you know, over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And over, and over, and over. My opinion, we need more people like this. In fact, James Woods
once again
shared this.
The eyes of the world are upon Maricopa County for another botched election. Am I here to accuse you of stealing the vote? Heavens no, for that would make me a terrorist, wouldn't it? Let me ask you, if you took your life savings to a bank and the teller put them in a machine, and the machine kicked out 1 out of 4 of your bills, and the teller said, "Don't worry, we'll put them in box 3 over here, and we'll let you know how many were in there later. We'll send them off to a separate location, and someone will be sure to get back to you and tell you how much money you have." Would you be okay with that? No, you would not be okay with that. Now ask yourself the question, which is more valuable, your vote or your money? Now ask a lobbyist that same question. Now ask a campaign manager that question. Now ask Mark Zuckerberg that question, which is more valuable, your money or your vote or your country or this world or the corruption that is taking over every single county in this nation? And then you look into your own soul and you look back at yourself in the mirror and realize that you are the cancer that is tearing this nation apart. Good day.
Excuse me. I'm actually surprised somebody hasn't made a metal a song out of that one, because he was the one that originally did the little kids, you know, do you want your children to be Gestapo? Did you take your shots today? Did you take your Hail Fauci? That was like, and then they turned it into a rock song, and it was like, yeah, metal song. It was awesome. But yeah, we need more guys like him. Based hippies. Yep, based hippies. I was watching on Rumble, Sergeant Tripod. Thank you. Thank you. That dude is justifiably angry. Yeah, I think he's got kids in school that they've been messing with or something like that. And even if not, he's being a part of the community, which is a good thing. Everybody needs to take part of their community like this and tell the truth. All right. And of course, he has, I like the way he uses his First Amendment. In fact, I wish he would call me. He actually has a show. I believe he's got a show. Or he makes videos or something, but I think he's got I think he does a live feed or something like that every once in a while. I don't know where though. Something came across my feed, but I didn't have time to go and research it. I was trying to get everything ready for your show tonight. All right. I guess we haven't learned our lesson yet. Excuse me. This came across my feed, day before yesterday. NIH restarts bat virus grant suspended 3 years ago by Trump. Revised award to EcoHealth Alliance will no longer involve studies of hybrid coronaviruses. In other words, they're going right to the source this time. Which, didn't they say that it wasn't a bat virus? They need to make up their mind, which, like I say, how can you get any kind of good scientific information if you can't make up your mind what's what? Or, let's see, been banned. When Reynoth is at an unfamiliar Mexican restaurant, mayo nice. Mayo yays, huh? Ugh. Portable sleeves of mayonnaise. Ugh. Can you imagine? Those look like those squeeze pops that you... Oof, God, I can't even imagine. Yuck. I don't really like mayonnaise at all. Ugh. Give me ketchup. Give me mustard. Give me actually, I like to make my own garlic spread for sandwiches and stuff like that. Anyway, the new 4-year grant is a stripped-down version of the original grant to the EcoHealth Alliance, a nonprofit research organization in New York City providing $576,000 per year. That 2014 award included funding for controversial experiments that mix parts of different bat viruses related to severe acute respiratory syndrome, SARS, and the coronavirus that sparked a global outbreak in 2002 through 2004. So, yeah, he's going to spend a whole $2.3 million for the research into bat coronaviruses again. Have we not? In fact, this one came through my feed today. Have we not learned our lesson on this yet? In fact, this comes the very day that the WHO lifted the pandemic. What the hell? Of course, does that look like somebody that's got any capacity up there at all? No, the Biden administration granted another $2.3 million to the Echo Health Alliance, a healthy body at the center of coronavirus lab leak for research into bat coronaviruses. Trump actually suspended this, so this is another one of those things that it's almost like they know he's going to win and they can't wait to get. They're still getting rid of everything and reversing everything that he done, so that he has to do it all over again when he gets in there again. They're like, oh, if he's going to get in there, we're going to make sure that he has to do all the fucking work and all blah, 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 blah. When they, and on the other hand, while they're saying we're bringing everybody together, like we used to do in school when our teacher would say something stupid. Push it. Bless me. So, and again, you know, also too, they tell you this much money, but you know damn well it was probably more than that. It's probably way more than that. Another amount of money that could be being used to actually help those in need. But that wouldn't make them any money. Yeah, call yourself nonprofit all you like. That's bullshit too. I've worked for a nonprofit. They make profit, but they have to spend it all. So they do things like buy gift cards and giant bonuses for the CEOs and the people in the... Yeah, so no. I guess they think that everyone... I guess they think in this case that they just have everyone's vote. Oh, wait. They will. You just watch. Oh, and watch them try to point the finger to Trump over this again when it backfires, just like everything else they do does. Meanwhile, Title 42 ends today as well. Or tomorrow. Weird date to end something on, but whatever. And the meager 1,500 soldiers that Biden sent down there are going to be like a Band-Aid on a decapitation. Especially if they're only supposed to be administrative. Catch and release much, probably. But don't worry. Don't worry. No one's trying to replace the American population with easily manipulated, undereducated sheep that will vote for anything to put $1 in prime real estate under their belts, while they take most of it and send it back to the relatives that they left behind or the cartels that they owe money to for getting them here in the first place, etc., etc. And notice that I said American population. They don't want to only replace white folks. In fact, because the black population is so much smaller than the white one at this moment here in the United States, which population do you think is going to get replaced first? Kind of a no-brainer there. Of course, the Biden clan has done everything in their power to cover all this shit up, but as my dad says, the truth will always out. Now let's see if they're going to do anything about it. They've caught him, they've got the emails, they've rebunked and rebunked and rebunked the laptop with all the information, the pictures and everything on it, so we'll see if they'll do anything about it. My take on it would be no. Nope. I don't think so. All right. One of the things I wanted to show you the difference of, in fact, this is another thing that really pisses me off about this situation too. It would be one thing if these people were actually good at what they want to try and do. Nobody would really care. But they're, again, insisting on doing things that they have absolutely no business even trying because of their status, their trans status, or whatever it is, whatever it is like that. So I'm going to show, and whenever I see this, I've seen this particular thing several times. This is the same music, the same dance moves and everything like that from two female ballerinas, if you will. All right, and this is actually pretty good.
This transgender has just gave a new meaning to the Nutcracker, which must be the Nutcracker 2023. It's Sasquatch Lake. What is this foolishness? Listen, if you don't have the gift, you should not be given the opportunity simply because you subscribe to the alphabet mafia. This looks a mess. And this was the same beat, same time, different type of dancer.
But when I do see that, I wonder what happened to people like this. Good old Baryshnikov. Now, this was a male dancer.
Captivated ballet audiences from the late 1960s through the early 1980s.
Where did that go?
In his prime, no male dancer was his...
This wasn't the right one. What happened to the short I had up here? Rah! Anyway, you guys, anybody that knows Baryshnikov, and I'm not sure if there's any famous male dancers now, but I used to love to watch him, of course. I didn't know very many women that didn't, especially when he had his tights on and he was jumping around showing his member, if you will. I do believe he was gay, though. It doesn't matter. But this was a male dancer, and he had the talent. He wasn't dancing around like this fool. I mean, come on, that's a 2-year-old. I did this well when I was in ballet when I was 5. Okay, come on. Just because you claim to be something else automatically makes you be able to do this? No! Nobody wants to watch this. Nobody wants to watch this. You suck. And it doesn't have anything to do with your penis or anything else. You just suck at this. Find something else to do. Or at least practice and get as good as Baryshnikov. Or whoever is the male dancers or whoever it is right there. You got to have grace and style and not... You were like a fucking clodhopper. So I say, I did that well in ballet when I was 5. I took ballet when I was really, really young. That looks like a 5-year-old. If you don't have the talent, do something else. Because your identity ain't going to get you nowhere when it comes to this. Alright. Alright, couple of funny things before I send you off over there to the Drunken Rocky show. I thought this was hilarious. Somebody needs to teach that boy how to fish. Unless he did that on purpose, but it was still funny. Okay. This came across my feed today. A funny meme from Zam Alluvial or Pop Memes 8. I don't know if anybody's seen this yet or not, but I thought it was hilarious.
All right, let's tap this keg. Giddy up, Peanut.
You see who the queen is?
Turns to shit, okay? It's true. It's true.
Indeed. And of course, last but not least, banana artwork worth $120,000 eaten by a hungry visitor at a South Korean museum. That says it all. That says it all. Art is stupid these days and edible if you're lucky. All right, you guys. That's about it for me right now. Don't forget to support all the folks on Rougaroo's interactive schedule. Once again, RIPX Truth. We will miss you. Be sure to head on over to the Drunken Rocky show on Odysee next. Let me know if you want me to cover anything or if you want me to show you anything, opinions on whatever. Please make sure it's not something that gets me kicked off of YouTube, but again, I don't really care. Watch out for me on pill.net coming soon and hopefully Twitter. Don't forget to keep taking care of the show. Thank you once again, Space Pirate Ivan. I will let you know how it works out as soon as I get a chance to work on my computer. I get scared of working on the computer sometimes because I've got so much to do on it a lot of times. I don't like it to be down, but I appreciate all of you guys for being here. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the comments, the calls, the donations. Don't forget to send me your clips and commercials for my show or your show. God bless America and God bless you. I wish you love, health, peace, and music always. And until next time, AMF.